Okay, so apparently the first recording was interrupted, so I decided to come back online and try to finish my points. I think I basically touched on everything I wanted to talk about. It's just that the video was abruptly terminated. So, but basically, I made my points, and that is I am Dominique Culpepper, mother of a 3.5-year-old child who was just taken out of his preschool curriculum in order to appease his white father's demand for weekday visits. So he has refused weekend visits from July 2017 up until now. Today is what, February 20th or something like that. So he's denied the opportunity to spend time with his son on the weekends all the way up until now because he prefers to have our son removed from a preschool setting and placed in his living room. That's not even his living room. He doesn't even have his own home. He lives with his parents. But anyway, I guess that's a moot issue. The court is allowing him to remain unemployed and to exercise these weekday visits when our son should be in preschool. So the court has ordered me to cease his preschool schedule and curriculum. That was Monday through Friday since July 2017 until yesterday. And so now he will spend 3 days a week with his dad at his dad's parents' house and just hang out. Now, I want to hear public opinion on it. I want to know what your thoughts are. Clearly, I think it's absurd, but so in efforts to abide by what this court order is stating and what our judges are insisting I abide by, etc., etc. I am therefore not allowing my son to continue preschool education because his white father has petitioned the court and demanded that the court forces me to remove him from the preschool curriculum. Okay, so he's 3.5 years old. He's scheduled to start pre-kindergarten in July and obviously kindergarten thereafter. And I want my child to have every shot at success possible, especially being a black male. We know that black males typically don't have a very good reputation in these United States. So I have exercised what I believe to be the best interest of our child, not to mention that we have best interest standards on the books in the Florida statutes. But anyway, apparently, according to the courts, I made a poor decision by enrolling our son in preschool Monday through Friday. So never mind the fact that his white father refuses to visit on weekends in order to facilitate that development and education of our child Monday through Friday in a preschool environment. Instead, he decides to choose litigation, forcing me to pay $250 an hour in attorney's fees when all this could have been prevented with a simple phone call at birth. But some may say he has the absolute right to do so. And I agree. He has the right to do whatever he chooses to do as far as filing suit. Because here in America, we have the right, the First Amendment right, which is the freedom of speech, which includes, filing suit, frivolous or not. However, when it comes to the best interest standards of a child, I'm not an attorney at this point. Perhaps I will be in the future. But today I am not an attorney. But I am a mother. I am a black woman. I am an educated person. I have common sense. I am of good moral character. And I can tell you that from where I'm sitting, the decision to force me to remove a 3.5-year-old child who is still in need of social, emotional, and educational development prior to and following kindergarten from his educational environment was not a healthy decision, was not a good decision, was not a decision that is likely to assist in positive outcomes. I want your opinion. I want you to contact me and share with me your opinion, your feelings, your thoughts on what it is I'm sharing with you. What I'm sharing with you, all this information is is a matter of fact. They're all matters of fact. False allegations turning our court system into a circus at my expense, while standing idly by and not exercising the opportunity to facilitate a positive future for an already labeled at-risk youth who happens to be his blood child. So, that was the purpose of sharing this information with you. That is the purpose of my soliciting your public opinion. Will it change anything? Probably not. Because race will always be an issue in these United States until the entire population is completely diluted into some other race. When we all look like we're mixed up with something and we can't label ourselves as any one particular ethnic group or any one particular race, maybe then race won't be an issue. But then it'll be something else. Short hairs versus long hairs. Big heads versus little heads. Big feet versus little feet. For some reason, these people always find a reason to discriminate. They always find a reason to try to enact some sort of superiority complex. Search within yourself, and maybe you'll find the answers you seek. Stop looking upon other people and trying to make them inferior to you. We're not inferior to you, and this ain't Roots. If you're not familiar with the movie, the sequel of Roots by Alex Haley, go to your public library and check it out. I'm sure they have copies there for you to borrow and view. Learn a little bit about how this country was really built. Learn a little bit about how this whole racial issue became an issue. Because a set of people decided that my people, my ancestors, were inferior to them. And they've drugged that issue all the way up until now into every aspect of our life, including child custody, including home purchases, including job hunting, including vehicle purchases, and purchases of regular everyday goods and services. So think twice if you want to be involved in an interracial relationship. If you're in an interracial relationship, think about getting a prenuptial agreement or a prenatal agreement or a right now agreement. Get your thoughts and concerns on paper now so that if you do end up in court, you'll have some sort of agreement to abide by. Because apparently the race card is going to come up if your relationship does not survive. So interracial relationship people, beware. Beware. Get your documents in order. Should I follow through with future marriage, there will be a prenuptial agreement in place. And it will include anything having to do with children that come about during that marriage. Believe me. I'm talking to you as a woman who has been there, done that, and still experiencing all the minutia that goes along with. Get your documents in order. Call up an estate planning attorney or an attorney who is familiar with prenuptial agreements or cohabitation agreements, whatever type of agreement you want to call it. Bottom line is you need to have your child custody issues squared away and documented so that you're not running up against abuse of the system, judges making rulings that are against the stability and well-being and best interest of your child, please, please do these things. Consult an attorney. Get your documents squared away. Because if you don't, and your relationship goes sour, you, the dark one, you'll probably get the short end of the stick. Unless you're O.J. Simpson or somebody, you're going to probably get the short end of the stick. You and your kid are going to get the short end of the stick. I hope that doesn't turn out to be the case for you. But the way things are going now, if you look in the political arena, if you look at the way politics are working out, if you look at the fact that my child just got snatched out of preschool because his white daddy wants to hang out in the living room and purposefully and willingly is underemployed when he should be somewhere working. Yeah, I said it. It's the truth. So it's time that people like myself speak out against injustices such as this, especially when you have an interest in the situation yourself. So it's one thing when you speak about something of which you have no knowledge and you haven't experienced. But when you experience something firsthand and you see that there's something off about it and you stand idly by, you don't say anything, you don't make a move, I fault you. I fault you for being silent. I fault you for not fighting back. I fault you because silence is acceptance. So if you accept it, then shut your mouth. If you don't vote, shut your mouth. So what I'm saying to you is study these people who are running for judge. Study these people who are running for district attorney. Study these people who are running for seats in our Florida legislature and even the county commission. Study these people and exercise your right to vote. And whenever you see that there is an injustice, speak out against it. Find out what the protocol is and fight it accordingly. Do not stand idly by. Educate yourself on the process and implement that process. I am Dominique Culpepper, a black mother of an interracial child. Don't forget that name. I am Dominique Culpepper, mother of an interracial child, and I will continue to fight for what is best for my baby because I am a very good mother. And I am certain that there are men lined up wishing they could have me as their wife and mother of their children because I'm that good. My hat says cute. And I am that. I'm cute. But don't mistake my cuteness for a weakness. That's the number one mistake right there. My cuteness is not a weakness. My blinged out, frilly femininity is not a weakness. This mistake has been made many, many times before. And every time I have to go and show otherwise. And here we go again. So write to me. Let me know your input. I got to hear from you soon. Have a great day. And remember, I'm Dominique Culpepper.